Hello everyone. This is the second part of the chapter Physical Quantities and Measurement. In the first part we have already discussed about length. In this part we are going to discuss about mass and time. So let us first start with mass. This word we have already discussed in the chapter 1, which was matter. Everything around us is matter, and anything which has mass and occupies some space is known as matter. So this word mass was there in the first chapter, though in detail we'll discuss here. The amount of matter contained in an object or contained inside the object is known as its mass, and the SI unit for mass is kilogram. It is always measured in kilograms, though in our day-to-day life we may use some different units. For heavier objects we use kilogram and even tons and quintals, and for lighter objects we use grams and milligrams. But remember, the SI unit of mass is kilogram. 1 quintal is equal to 100 kilogram. There is a relation between various units of mass. For example, kilogram can be converted into milligrams and grams, and milligrams and grams can be converted into kilograms. So this relation is given on your screen. Please have a look. The instrument which is used for measuring mass is known as balance. There are different types of balance. First is beam balance. A beam balance is an instrument wherein two pans are suspended from a straight beam. If this beam is balanced, it means neither it is tilted towards left nor towards right. Then we say we have measured the mass of the given object exactly. There is a pointer at the center of this beam. If this pointer is straight, it means the mass of the object is measured accurately. You see the photo on the screen. You must have seen this with vegetable hawkers and at some grocery stores as well. Nowadays, electronic balance is used for better accuracy. Now the third type is physical balance. Physical balance is a modified version of beam balance. This is used in science labs and in jewelry shops for the best measurement. Now the third physical quantity is time. The interval between two events is known as time. The SI unit for time is seconds. We don't always measure time in seconds. We use hours, minutes, weeks, months, years, centuries, and so on. So there are different units of time. However, in science, in numericals, in experiments, we always use SI units. And remember, the SI unit for time is seconds. The relation between the various units of time is given on your screen. Please have a look. Clock, wristwatch, stopwatch, these are the various instruments to measure time. Now watches or clocks may be of two types. They may be analog, they may be digital. In the analog clocks, numbers are there. They are written from 1 to 12, and there are three hands: hour hand, minute hand, and a second hand. But the digital clocks, there are no hands. Directly time is displayed on the screen. There are two conventions to measure time, or you may call time can be measured in two formats. One is 12-hour clock system and another is 24-hour clock system. In 12-hour clock system, the whole day, it means the complete duration of 24 hours is divided into two parts, AM and PM. AM stands for anti-meridian, it means before day, and PM stands for post-meridian, it means after the daytime. So AM is used from midnight 12 to noon 12, and PM is used from afternoon 12 to midnight 12. For example, if you wish to say I'll play at 5 in the evening, so you will say I'll play at 5 PM. Another example is when you say I wake up at 5 in the morning, so it may be I wake up at 5 AM. In 24-hour format, the day is divided into 24 hours, numbered from 0 to 23. 00 hours means 12 o'clock midnight. Day starts at 12 o'clock midnight. So, when you have to say 5 pm, 5 pm means 5 in the evening. So, in 24 hours, it would be 1700 hours. After 12, we don't count 1, 2, 3 in 24-hour system. We keep adding like 1300 hours, 1400 hours. So, 5 pm would be 12 plus 5 makes it 1700 hours. Let's take one more example. 8:30 pm. So 8:30 pm would be written 20:30 hours. 8 pm, it means you have to add 8 to 12 makes it 20, and minutes are written as it is. So it would be 20:30 hours. When you say I wake up at 5 am, so in 24 hours you will say I wake up at 0500 hours. In am, we don't add 12 to the time. Only if the time is mentioned in PM, you have to add 12 to the hours. This format for measuring time, that is 24-hour system, is usually used in railways and airlines to avoid confusion because they operate day and night. So here we come to the end of the chapter. Bye.